Friday's arrived and, truth be told, there's only one place to begin today's chat. Last night, Celtic dropped a wee teaser that's got everyone buzzing about what could be next season's third kit. A flash of white, a splash of orange enough to set tongues wagging. The caption teased tomorrow, and it certainly looks set to debut today. What's wild is how clean and concise that teaser was. But then comes the curveball. Footy headlines, who are usually spot on with these leaks, seem to have the whole design and are dubbing it the new third kit for next season now. Fair warning, if you're watching this while driving or standing, you might want to take a seat for this. Alright, on 3. 1, 2, 3. So that teaser you saw was STUNS sponsor logo, whereas the full version includes the Daffabet branding right beneath the crest. Thoughts? Well, they might surprise you slightly. I actually love that light green tone. It gives off proper holiday vibes, like you're lounging by a pool in Tenerife or somewhere warm and sunny. The shorts match that holiday feel too. You wouldn't need to be on a beach to pull it off, it just has that by the pool and the sun aesthetic. But does it pass for a football jersey? That's where things get interesting. The color combo of green and orange works well together, vibrant, fresh. But the pattern, it's far from tidy. From a distance it could look alright, but get close and those green hoops look more like random stains. Footy headlines call it tie-dye hoops, which is fair enough, but to me it's messy. Reminds me of that controversial home kit from a couple of seasons ago. Same idea, experimentation gone a bit too far. Honestly, if any experimentation is happening, the third kit is the place for it. But that doesn't mean it can't ruffle feathers. My verdict: I don't hate, just don't expect sleek or streamlined. I'm a fan of clean, simple designs, but there's something about this one that feels bold enough to become iconic. It'll be divisive, I reckon. Most folk are bound to hate the tie-dye look, but I think some will dig it. Squint your eyes and it almost works. So now we've got a trio of kits lined up. The home kit, which has already been officially revealed. The away kit, dark with narrow yellow and black stripes, which I once jokingly compared to a bumblebee. And this new third kit. Expect the club to roll out even more variations. 4th, 5th, maybe up to 11th kit during the season, but as of now, it's these three we're looking at. The home kit is the only one on sale at the moment, and the third kit should drop today. The away kit's already had its fair share of chat too. That brings me to the players who'll dan these kits on the pitch. Some fresh transfers worth noting. Benjamin Nigren has touched down in Scotland, gearing up for what looks like a 4-year deal with an option for a 5th. Longer than earlier whispers of 3 years plus an option. Celtic seem keen on locking down signings with lengthy contracts when they believe in who's coming in. The worry in previous windows has been players stuck on long deals, but barely featuring. Think James McCarthy, so here's hoping Benjamin, it becomes a key piece and not a benchwood. He flew in after finishing internationals on June 10th with Sweden. Brendan Rodgers has a habit of giving internationals an extra week break before pre-season starts, so Benjamin might ease into training over the next wee bit, though press duties might pull him in early. Training kicks off early next week, with the curtain raiser pre-season friendly versus Queen's Park coming up a week from now. Last year's opener featured mostly youth players and a sprinkling of first-team names, so I'd expect a similar squad blend this year. More signings on the horizon too. Callum Osman's in at Lennoxtown too, which means we could see a double announcement soon, with his arrival, plus Edouard already there, and potentially another striker in the mix. The future for Johnny Kenny gets murky. Bolton's put in around a £500,000 offer for him, apparently under Celtic's valuation, and while the club may be open to a loan deal, I'd be surprised if Kenny stayed. He's shown great attitude, remember the penalty in that Aberdeen shootout, but realistically, he's likely to be 4th-choice striker. A loan move seems most logical. On the departures front, Greg Taylor's move across to PAOK in Greece looks set for official announcement early next week. It's been dragged out for months, but now feels locked in. Taylor has given Celtic great service, particularly under Ange Postecoglou, and deserves a proper send-off. I just wish there'd been a final game to salute him in front of the fans like Tom Rogic and Joe Hart got. Well, football happens, and I'm sure the club and he'll share heartfelt thanks on another one likely to exit. Young left-back Matthew Anderson, whom I mentioned last week as a potential Tierney understudy. He's out of contract and appears headed to Belgium. It's a bit ironic fans were calling for homegrown youngsters to get chances, and now when one does, they're shipping off. But that's the nature of the game sometimes. Celtic are back in training next week, and a week from today we'll get that Queen's Park first outing. Might be the youth squad again, but it's our season's first glimpse nonetheless. Keep an eye out this weekend. There's interviews lined up for Sunday, and something else dropping tomorrow. Chat then. And beyond that, the squad's really starting to shape up, although there's still a fair bit of business to get done before we can say we're fully set for the new campaign. One thing we know about Celtic is they rarely sit still in a transfer window. There will be movement in and out until the final days. As always, the focus now turns to rounding out the depth, making sure there's cover in key positions, and maybe trimming some of the fat. Players like Mikey Johnston, who had a decent spell abroad but still divides opinion, could be next in line for a decision. Will he fight for a place or be moved on again? That's the question Brendan Rodgers and his staff will be wrestling with in the next few weeks. We can't forget the importance of these early friendlies. As much as they're seen as low-stakes runouts, they've become crucial for giving fringe players and youth talent a platform. It's a chance to see who's ready to push for minutes and who might be better off gaining experience elsewhere. Last summer, a few players grabbed those moments and ended up part of the squad throughout the season. This year will be no different. All eyes will be on the likes of Rocco Vota, Ben Summers, and others who will be desperate to catch the manager's attention. Looking a bit further down the line, the trip to Portugal should give us the first real glimpse of the starting 11 Rodgers has in mind for the competitive fixtures. That's when you'd expect to see guys like Callum McGregor, Kyogo, and possibly even Alistair Johnston if he's back in time, all taking part. By then, most of the internationals will have returned, the shape of the squad will be clearer, and the tactical tweaks will start becoming obvious. We know Brendan loves a settled system, but with the addition of players like Benjamin Nygren and possibly a couple more to come, there could be some evolution in how Celtic approach games this season now. In terms of fan expectations, there's always going to be scrutiny when new kits drop or new signings arrive, but it's important to remember this is all part of the cycle. Every season brings a fresh wave of optimism, skepticism, debate, and that's what makes it all so compelling, whether it's the outrage over a kit design or the excitement about a new striker. These moments keep the energy alive over the summer lull. As long as the team hits the ground running when it matters, all these details fade into the background. That said, kits are a big deal to supporters. They're not just merchandised, they're symbols. They mark memories, eras, achievements. So even if this third kit splits opinion now, if the team ends up lifting silverware in it or pulling off a dramatic win, it'll be remembered fondly by many. That's just how football works. Fashion and function combine, and history gives meaning to designs that might have looked questionable at first glance. But right now, the attention shifts back to the transfer front. There's still chatter about 1 or 2 midfield additions, possibly even a centre-back of the right name, that becomes available. With Champions League qualifiers not an issue this year, there's a slightly different rhythm to the summer prep, but that doesn't mean it's any less important. The aim is to be sharp, competitive, and complete by the time the league kicks off. And judging by how things are unfolding, we're in for another busy few weeks. So as we stand, the squad's coming together, the kits are nearly all revealed, the preseason friendlies are locked in, and new faces are arriving. There's a sense that something's building. Whether that turns into another title-winning campaign or a year of transition, we'll soon find out. One thing's for sure, Celtic never do quiet summers. There's always noise, always movement, and always something to talk about. And I'll be here to cover it all, every step of the way. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. There's a fresh swirl in the ever-turning rumour mill that's left Scottish football fans utterly speechless, and if it's to be believed, it's a move that would send shockwaves from Ibrox to every corner of the country. Word on the street is that Nicolas Raskin, the dynamic Belgian midfielder and Rangers favourite, has done the unthinkable, signed with Celtic. Aye, you read that right. The very same Raskin who pulled on the blue shirt of Rangers with pride, who played with bite and passion in the heart of midfield, might be switching allegiances in what would be one of the most jaw-dropping old firm betrayals in modern memory. Sources close to the situation suggest that a quiet deal has been brokered, with Raskin set to trade Govan for the East End, something few could have imagined even in their wildest dreams or nightmares. There's been no official statement from either club, but the whispers have grown louder since earlier this week when Raskin was conspicuously absent from a pre-season training session. Some insiders claim he was spotted near Celtic Park, while others believe his social media activity offers subtle hints of a major shift. Now, of course, these could be nout but whispers and pub talk, but with the transfer window heating up, this particular rumor's gaining serious traction. And if there's any truth to it, the backlash from Rangers fans could be some. The old firm rivalry is one of football's most fierce, and cross-border moves of this magnitude are as rare as hen's teeth. Could Raskin be following in the controversial footsteps of Mo Johnston? Could this be another moment that etches itself into the fiery history of Glasgow's footballing civil war? The very idea has tongues wagging and keyboards clattering from Sochihol Street to SALTMARKET. Until there's confirmation, we'll chalk this up as one for the gossip columns. But if it comes to pass, if Raskin does indeed dan the green and white hoops, expect nothing less than utter mayhem across Scotland's footballing landscape. Hello fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.